All right, I told you, it is Attack of the Minis. This is the new R7 Quad mini driver from TaylorMade. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Scott Hogan coming at you. We're out here at the Missile Performance Center, and one of the big things we see with our fitters, and a big question, like if we have demo days or anything like that, people are coming out and they just want to learn more about these mini drivers. It's a very, very big phenomenon that's going on right now, and one that I think is interesting because you're taking, it's basically like a rollback to, you know, mid 2000s like technology stuff, you know, those types of things. I said in the GT280 video that that was essentially just a 975 driver, right? That was the old Titleist driver, maybe the most popular driver in history that we were just seeing kind of rebirth. And we're going to see the same thing here with the TaylorMade. This is the R7 Quad, okay? And this is, again, one of the, I would say, a driver, I saw everybody playing this driver that was in the TaylorMade driver. It was a huge hit for a lot of people. And it's, again, I feel like you're rolling back to some other time as you go through this. Now, let's talk a little bit about the specs of this driver. They are calling it a mini driver as compared to like the GT280. They're not calling it a driver. They're calling it a two wood, or it's almost meant to be. They want to advertise it as something as an option to hit more off the fairway. I don't see them doing that here. This is more of a driver replacement that we are seeing. So we have a 305cc club head. 305 cc's compared to your 440s, 460cc club head. So definitely a lot smaller, but a little bit bigger than other mini drivers that we have seen. You also have 4 weights, also known as the quad, right? The quad weights on this driver. So we have 4 weights, 2 up by the face. We have 2 that go in the back of the club. The traditional setup, you're going to see 2 13-gram weights, 2 4-gram weights. On this one, right out of the box, they have it set up 13 grams. Both are in the back of the driver, and then 4s are up at the front. If you put more weight in the back, that is typically going to help you get a little more spin, get a little bit higher launch, and a little bit more forgiveness. If you're somebody that's looking to get a little lower spin, you would then put those weights up here at the front, try to bring that ball flight down, but it would make it a little bit less forgiving in theory as you were doing that. The thing that's nice about this, though, is because you have the 4 different ports, you can actually customize this to make it a little more draw biased. You can make it a little bit more fade biased based on how you wanted to align those weights. And on TaylorMade's website, they do tell you how to do that. So you have that option as you go through this driver. The other thing I noticed with this driver, very, very clean look at the top. Again, kind of going back to simpler times. It's just straight up, just a black club head as you're up there, and it looks really, really good. Now, in testing it, what did I find? Found that it does feel really good. It sounds really good. It looks really good. The biggest thing, though, when we were hitting this is I'm a little bit confused on where this would fit into the golf bag for me personally. You do have 2 different loft models on this guy. You have the 11.5, you have the 13.5. You also then can do some adjusting with the sleeve to change those lofts. You can also change your lie angle, get it a little more upright if you needed to. But the thing that we're looking to try to figure out is where would this fit into people's bags? So as I was hitting it, what did I notice? One, I didn't hit it as far as a driver, which I wouldn't necessarily expect. It is a shorter shaft. It's only 43.75 inches compared to your driver shafts up in the 45.5. 45.75 range, depending on what you have. So it's not meant to go farther. So what is the purpose of this club? Well, I think this is a great club for those that really struggle with the bigger club heads to get this squared around. You can do some workability with this club. I did find it difficult just from like, it's just because we're so used to big driver heads. I had a hard time just getting the tee height right on it and what I wanted to see. But the other thing I actually like about this, I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I like it as a teacher, is it gets you really focused on hitting the center of the face and making center contact, which I think is never something that people think about enough. They're not thinking about that enough. So making really good contact is something that I would like to see, which kind of brings me to like the golf ball rollback and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of that, but what if we look at the driver and we said, hey, we're going to just take away some forgiveness or take away some of the size? That might make you focus on, hey, I can't rip at it 110% all the time like we see tour players do. Just some food for thought as we go through it. But you have this with the shaft. I did go with the 1K black. I've talked about this golf shaft a lot in the past. This is not a stock option. They have a speeder that is going to be the stock option. I will I will let you know with TaylorMade, with all the tariffs going on, when you're searching for this, the driver comes in at $479.99, so it is a little bit less, but you do have to pay attention to what shaft you're getting with TaylorMade. Right now, they are having a lot of shafts that used to be included or in the stock offerings that are now going to have some sort of upcharge. So do beware of that when you are shopping. And when we are fitting here, we do let people know what that is going to be as we're going through the fitting process. But again, we're just seeing this trend towards the mini drivers. This one couldn't really get it. Not something I would want to hit off the ground too much. I'm not a great off the ground player anyway, but again, they're not really advertising that. This one's a little bit too deep, I would say. Deep meaning tall from top to bottom, seeing what you get. But I would say this is going to be strictly a driver tee shot type replacement club. That's something that you're looking to add into the bag. Now, is it something that you should put into the bag? I don't know. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the club and what you think about down in the comments. And as always, the best idea is to get fit. If you want to come out here, get fit on grass, which we do on the weekends, or just get to see your full ball flight, which you do all the time, make sure you check out the Mr. Performance Center. I'll link that down below. If you come on out, make sure you say hi, and I'd love to see you. So if you have questions, please let me know. And again, I'm going to try a few more. We'll see what we get. But R7 quad, the minis, they just keep on coming. So got to avoid them if you want to, but we'll see if we have to. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.